So I'm in today this morning for a push workout. This is going to be working my chest, my shoulders and also my triceps. I always like to start my push day with a isolation exercise. So here you see me doing a cable fly. This is to prioritize my chest, get my chest warm, take off any sort of load from my triceps and my shoulders because I'm directly working the chest, getting it activated for my compound lifts, what's going to come after this cable fly. So 2 feeder sets here to get warm, and then from here start going into 3 working sets. This is actually my first workout which has been adjusted training volume in prep. So my training volume was adjusted last week. So excited to see sort of how today goes. I'm hoping that adjustment in volume is going to carry through into my lifts today, and I'm going to be able to actually progress some lifts, as push workout is generally the workout what starts to stall a little bit once you get deeper into a deficit. Yes, yes. Squeeze, 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 good. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, squeeze through, good. Yes, Mark, good, more. Easier. Yes, over here, nice. Yes, 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 good. Squeeze it through. Yeah, come on, good. One. That's good. Yeah, all the way, nice. Good, yeah. One of the things I think is what's important here, whether you are doing a cable fly variation like what I'm doing here, or a pec deck, one of the key teaching points I always think about is you want to keep an upright posture and keep your chest lifted. Keeping your chest lifted will keep your pecs ahead of your shoulders, which will place more activation on your chest itself. Some things I sometimes find when people are doing like a pec deck or a cable fly like what I'm doing here is, instead of keeping that upright posture and keeping your chest nice and proud, it's flat. So what happens, the front of the shoulder starts to take over and it takes away the activation of the chest. So just be mindful of your posture and just be mindful of keeping your chest ahead of your shoulders to really target your chest before going into your compound lifts. Come on, loads, yes. Squeeze it through. Yeah, come on in. Squeeze, good. Keep going. Let's go, short, good. More. Yeah, good. Yeah, good, and again. Squeeze. One. Go on, stay big. Yes, that's it. Across. Yeah, solid. Yeah. Chest feels pretty plump now before going into my next lift, which is going to be a low incline Smith, which is exactly what I want right now. I can feel my chest really activated, not much strain at all on my shoulder. I was actually running the pec deck before this cable machine came here, and the pec deck was okay, but what I was finding was I felt a little bit restricted around the shoulder, the one what's a little bit, I would say injured, if that's the word. Whereas this with the cable just gives me a bit more free range of movement, and because of the cable's constant tension in the line of force, it just puts me in a better position where I can actually get more pec activation, but also take strain off the shoulder. So if you're someone who's suffering from any sort of shoulder injuries or sort of locked up or not getting as much range of movement, I was saying if you have the luxury of using the cable, it'll probably put you in a better position and you'll feel a lot safer as well. What do you want on now? One more feeder. on. Come on. Good. Power, good. Yes. Press, good again. Yes, Mark, good. Push, good. One. Solid. A bit of progress here from last week. Got a little biscuit on the end of it. It's crazy, like, this is probably like the heaviest Smith machine I've ever used. And this is touching the most weight I've used in quite a long time. Like, before everything with my shoulders, I was probably using like 5 kg each side. So to be touching this weight now in a prep, less than 9 weeks out from the show, I'll definitely take this. It's a point now where I've got to be really careful as well not to get carried away with my lifts and doing more than I need to. So no forced reps, but also be mindful of, I built the tissue, so I don't want to force anything to make my shoulder uncomfortable. But for today, with this lift, it felt good, so I took it, and I'm happy with that because that's progress from last week on reps, but also weight as well. So the adjustment in training volume is going to pay off. Press easy. Yes. Come on now. Drive, yes, easy. Keep going. Press, good. Come on. Yeah. Nice, Mark. Come on. Push. Yeah. Yes. Good. Come on then, let's go. Press through. Rock it out. Yes. Good. Yes. Come on and take it. Yes. Finish. Come on, all the way through. Yeah, good. Woo. We're cooking today. Taking the weight up from last week. Feels really good. The weeks are going, but the mindset's strong, and I think this is what's helping me with my workouts and my lifts, just to get that little bit extra. And I've not said it yet, but today is my lightest body weight of prep so far. I'm not using it as an excuse not to do the work. The work's got to be done either way, but to be taking progressions this far into the deficit and with the lowest body weight, I'm really happy so far. Good. Yes, come on. Good. So just a quick one here. I'm not going to ask him to do this exercise again, but similar to when I was doing the cable fly, what you're seeing is Carlson's got all right posture and he's keeping his chest up nice and proud. When he's holding onto the handles, so if you just hold onto the handles one moment, you'll see his arm path. So you'll see the elbow to the wrist is fixed in one line. As he presses forward, you'll see that the handles converge, which has come across his chest, and that gives him full activation of his pecs, but keeping an upright posture with his chest ahead of his shoulders really targets the pecs even more. So if you're really trying to work your chest and get overall development, this is something to be mindful of. If you don't have this machine in your gym, set it up using cables and you can do the same sort of movement and get the same sort of results as well.
The same thing with this is that people always, I used to live a lot heavier than this when I first trained Mark. And obviously I was pressing it, but I was always rounded forward, overdeveloped shoulders, lacking chest. Now obviously less weight, my chest is developing, my shoulders aren't taking a load, so you haven't got to go heavy all the time, just make sure you're actually hitting what you're trying to hit.
This is my only lateral raised movement. Working the side delts in this workout. I went way over my rep range, but part of the reason for this is I know when to pick my battles, and this is an exercise the last couple of weeks when I've gone slightly heavier. I can be within the rep range, but I start to feel a little bit of soreness around the shoulder and inflammation. So to minimize any sort of inflammation, I'd rather work a little bit lighter, get more reps, feel safer, but still get enough from the exercise. So this is something what I think is really important, knowing when to push and pull, how to work with your body, and that's exactly what I'm doing here, because it's allowing me to still get the movement in working my side delts, but in a safer manner. So higher rep range, overall total volume will be increased, so it still helps my overall progress across my session.
Yeah, nice, nice. Loads more still. Good. Yes. No forced reps here, take it. Good. Yes, yes. Easy. Nice, nice, nice. Yes, all the way, all the way, all the way. Get it there, come on. Yes, good, well done.
Yes, last one here. Good, come on, take it. Good, and again. Good, come on. Yeah. So that is push workout wrapped up. At the end, you just see me doing some core activation work. Not only working my core, but it's working my transverse abdominis and my my deep muscles within my core stabilization. If you'd have seen my video, what I did with Radu, the physio, you would have seen that this is the area what I'm really trying to work on. Keeping my core tight is going to help not only with my posture and my stability during training, but it's also going to enhance my posing, and it's also going to help my overall taper as well. So this is something that's just part of my daily routine. I've not showed it in my other workouts, but since I've seen Radu, it's something what I'll do. If it's not in a gym setting, I'll do it at home. And these exercises I find very, very challenging, but I also find them very useful. And this is something you can't ignore if you really want to keep your overall posture good and stable and strong. You've definitely got to work these deep stabilizing core muscles. Don't get me wrong, doing your sit-ups, doing your kneading rope cable crunches are all well and good, but you really got to work those deeper muscles. So exercises like what you've seen at the very start when I was lying on my back, called a dead bug, are very, very useful exercises to do, so it's something you can't ignore. Today was a different session to normal because my training volume has been reduced. There was one exercise completely dropped out today, which was the seated tricep dips. So the only tricep exercise today I had was the cross-body cable extensions, which I would normally do anyway. Overall, training volume has reduced, but this is with the goal of keeping me progressing in my training, being able to recover, but also getting the most from my training sessions as well. And I think that's a very important point. For some people that might say, but you've not done a shoulder press exercise to work your front delts. And to be honest, I've not done one for a long time. But when you're doing something like a low cable incline Smith, like I did at the start of my session, and you're doing a flat chest press, that's still working in front of your shoulder. So adding in an extra press is just going to fatigue the body more, and it's really just going to be junk volume because it's not really needed because you're working your shoulder anyway. So push session today, working my chest, then moving on to working my shoulders, the side, and also working my triceps, and that is my session complete along with my core muscles. Going to do some posing rounds now, as I always do, but very, very happy with how today's training session went. At the weekend, you might have seen that I did a guest pose, and I really, really enjoyed it. That was me 9 weeks out that weekend. And just being on stage, it was a great opportunity for me to sort of see where I'm at, be under the spotlights, get some valuable stage time, albeit not a competition. And if anything, it's just giving me extra motivation, extra fuel to keep driving forwards. And I've been overwhelmed with the amount of comments, what people said, looking great, you look like you're 2 weeks out. And I really, really do appreciate all the comments, what everyone said, because it inspires me and it drives me on. But one thing I never do is get complacent. I've still got a job to do, and I know that there's still better to come from me. Like I said, I'm just under 9 weeks out now, but I know that I'm going to deliver my best physique, and I'm feeling really good. The last session you see and hit was legs, and I was definitely feeling it. My coach has been so good in the sense that he knows when to push and when to pull. At the weekend, he gave me extra 125 grams of carbs on the Sunday, told me just to pull back on my steps. Today, give me my lightest body weight in prep so far, with me just going back to my normal food plan, increasing my steps back to baseline. So this is very important. Although you're dieting, you don't have to make drastic changes. It's just know when to work with the body. And I just can't wait to deliver my best on stage this year because I can see it unfolding. But like I said, I'll never get complacent. There's so much more I want for myself and so much more I expect for myself. So for me, it's head down, tunnel vision, blocking out the noise and working towards my ultimate goal, which is winning my first pro show, and that will be in Italy. Thank you guys for subscribing, watching. I appreciate you all, and stay tuned because like I said, this content is just going to keep on coming. So like, share and subscribe. That's me. I'm out.